we're talking about adding some distractions today. So we've talked about the 3Ds, distance, duration, distraction. I'm gonna repeat them a million times so that you've heard them a million times, because I want that to stick in your brain so that you remember what to practice with him. But what we're doing right now is we're adding some higher value distractions. I've got a little squeaker in my pocket that he has been interested in. For him, I could use toys, but he's not that motivated for them in the first place. So I don't want to introduce toys and have him then lose value in the toys, because he's had to ignore them for so long that any little bit of value kind of gets diminished. So when we add new distractions, we want to make sure that we're not also changing one of the other variables at the same time. So he's done about 30 seconds and about 5 feet. So I'm going to stay at less than 30 seconds and less than 5 feet if I'm adding a new distraction. In this case, I'm going to be right next to him and we'll see how he goes. Gabe, place. Perfect. Partially came to chase a fly, but I'll take it. Yes. Wait until he's all the way in the command to reward. Now we'll add our new distraction. We've got our squeaker. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Break. And then on the next rep, if we're not adding the squeaker, we can go back to doing our distance. So Gabe, place. In the early stages, we're giving him a second to process. Yes. Notice I'm not repeating the command in these early stages, especially. But, So if he gets off, correction marker, and guide him back on. No reward after correction. So there he let me move further, but that's because he was looking out the window. A little bit of tension back towards to communicate what I want. I can add the hand signal if I want. Place. Good. Give him a second or two. Break. Good. And then we'll try it again. Gabe, place. Now, some dogs do better if you reward them immediately. Place. So I'm still adding just a tiny bit of tension, but never enough to actually pull them. This is the hard part in those early stages because it has to be his choice. It's not learning if it's not his choice. Yes. Don't often want to praise them after correction, but that was hard for him, and I want to let him know that that was a good job. Break. So, distance is hard for him right now, so let's figure out what distance. Gabe, place. So if I take that half a step back, that's already getting his butt to pop up. Sit. So we'll try. Yes. And sometimes you're going to backtrack. He was doing 5 feet a couple minutes ago. So we'll see. Yes. Sometimes you just have to practice the easier version first. Beautiful. for the sit to move any further. Sit. There we go. 1, 2, yes. So 5 feet's too much. We'll try 2 steps. 1, 2, yes. And we'll do that until he's successful there. A couple times. See, I knew on a third one that was going to be too much duration for him. So working with them on these distractions, especially early on, is about figuring out what works for them when, and focusing on the fact isn't that they have to stay there. The fact is that you're working on communicating what you want from them. We're not training robots, we're creating expectations in a relationship. And communication is always the first step to that. So you have to be clear and you have to be consistent. And that was hard, so this time I'm just going to reward him with being released. Break! And we'll go do something else. We'll play for a couple minutes, we'll take a break, we'll reset, and then we'll do that same thing again later.